Manchester United definitely wanted to sign Viktor Gyokeres. There's been talks over the last week or two. We didn't expect it going into the summer. And Fabrizio Romano has now reported that Gyokeres wants to join Arsenal. That is his preference. The news is coming out just now, corroborated by Paul Hirst in the Times. I'm going to run through everything that's been reported. And I want you to let me know in the comments here, if United aren't going to sign Gyokeres, which it looks like that's the case now, if he doesn't want to join, obviously, who do you go for? I'm really not moved by Ekitike. I'll speak about different options next, but let's run through the news here first. Viktor Gyokeres' priority is to join Arsenal this summer, is what Fabrizio is reporting, despite calls from United in recent weeks. Gyokeres is always an option amid Sesko talks with no deal sealed so far. United remain keen, but believe a deal is now unlikely. Fine. Move on. If he doesn't want to join, don't chase a lost cause. Let's read through the article from the Times to get a bit more information. Gyokeres would prefer a move to Arsenal. All right? This is what he says. Manchester United's hopes of signing Gyokeres appear to have taken a blow after it emerged that he would prefer a move to Arsenal. And we know why that is the case. Champions League football. You remember what Amorim said earlier this season when we were first linked? Not when we were first linked with Gyokeres, but when the conversation came up. He said, look, if a player only wants to join Manchester United because we're in the Champions League or not, I don't want to sign him. Now, I'm not going to pretend here that I don't want United to sign Gyokeres. Personally, he would have been my preferred option. I did a video about this on Friday, saying it's just mental that we were having even conversations about Gyokeres, considering a few weeks ago we thought that we were shopping in the bargain basement. All of a sudden we signed Cunha and Bumo. I still think the Spurs noise is just noise. I don't think it will go any further. Famous last words and all that. And Gyokeres would have been an elite striker. As I said, I'm not going to pretend now that Gyokeres is a crap striker. He would be an elite signing for Arsenal. He would be an elite signing for United. He would have been my preferred choice. But if a player doesn't want to join United, I'm fine with that. It's early. Move on. There's going to be other targets that we can go for. The worst thing that United could do in this scenario is chase a lost cause. It's like the De Jong situation. That's what we did with De Jong. We agreed a deal with Barcelona, but De Jong never wanted to actually leave Barcelona and never actually wanted to join United. So there was a waste of time. If after this United were then still to focus on Gyokeres, we probably wasted a lot of time this summer. And time is of the essence. And we all want all the deals early. Now, I'm a little bit annoyed. I don't know whether annoyed is the right word. I sort of expected it. I was optimistic. I was hopeful that Gyokeres wanted to look past the Champions League, was willing to become one of the players that takes United back to the top. But he's chosen Champions League football. You know what could happen here, though? Remember that Arsenal are going after Sesko as their priority target so far. It's not to say that they are definitely going to sign him. But what happens if Arsenal sign Sesko? Gyokeres might want to join Arsenal, but Arsenal might prefer to sign Sesko instead. Now, where does it leave United? That's the good question, right? Which I asked at the start of the video. Where do United move from Gyokeres? There's two strikers I'll speak about now, which you're going to know the names. And the Osimhen situation, right? We know exactly what the sticking point is. And it's the wages. When it comes to Osimhen, I think I might be wrong on this one. It feels like United have an opportunity to open the conversations with Napoli and involve Garnacho in it. I think if you involve Garnacho in those conversations and the price that they would... Garnacho, United want 50 mil, say, for Garnacho. Right? If you involve that and maybe you offset the wages of Garnacho against that, we're saving a lot of wages this summer. We've already saved around about 150 grand a week, I think, on Ericsson, over 100 grand a week on Lindelof, and Johnny Evans, I've no idea what he was on. But let's call it at least 250, maybe 300 grand a week that we've saved on just those three players, let alone all the players that we are going to be selling like Rashford and Sancho and Anthony and all the rest and all the saved wages you're going to get there. There would be money in the budget for Osimhen. And remember that United have had a 25% reduction in all the wages next season anyway, because we're not in the Champions League. Do I think Osimhen's a possibility? I do, but I feel Garnacho is going to have to be part of those conversations. And I'm sorry, but I don't know whether I'm being harsh on Ekitike. I don't know whether it's because I'm stung by what happened with Højlund. But I think it would be a horrendous decision by United to go and spend 100 million euros on a striker. He's had a good season at Eintracht Frankfurt. No doubt he's a decent striker. But there's no way that we can take that gamble, right? And I said this before, and this isn't like Captain Hindsight coming through and like my opinions change because all of a sudden we're not signing Gyokeres. Signing Gyokeres would have been a bigger risk than signing someone like Cunha or Mbeumo. Because of the age that he is, his value is not going to go up. So effectively, Gyokeres, you would need him to come in and bang the goals in, 30 goals a season, like Ruud did, 3 seasons in a row, 30-plus goals. That's what it would have needed to be for it to be a transfer in terms of the fee that we would pay to be warranted. But if he doesn't want to join, am I offended? No, man. We just finished like 16th. We've had our worst season ever. We're no European football next season. United still have that pull. But ultimately, if a footballer, and that seemingly is what the situation here with Gyokeres, if the Champions League is one of the driving reasons why he wants to leave Sporting and go somewhere else, and ultimately he wants to win the Champions League, United can't offer that right now. I'm not going to cry about it. I think I'd be more pissed off if we didn't sign Mbeumo than I am at hearing the news that he would prefer a move to Arsenal. If we lost out on Mbeumo, I think that would be more damaging than the idea of missing out on Gyokeres. Out of the two of Osimhen and Ekitike, I'm personally choosing Osimhen. But I don't know whether... Look, I didn't think that we'd be in for Gyokeres, and we were clearly having conversations, so the money must be there. Maybe it's just a confidence that United have about the money that we raised by selling Rashford and Sancho and all those players, right? We should be raising somewhere in the region of 1 to 200 million. My prediction, I don't think we sign Osimhen. I don't think we sign Ekitike. I'll be interested to see what happens here if Arsenal do end up signing Sesko. Does this mean that Gyokeres has made his bed? Because United will have to move on elsewhere. You let me know what you think in the comments. I don't think this is horrendous news for our summer. I think signing Gyokeres would have been a massive, massive surprise for all of us. Hearing this news it's not catching us off guard. We were like, oh, okay. I kind of semi-expected that. It's the 14th of June. We've still got plenty of time. Let me know in the comments, all right? Osimhen and Ekitike aside, what strikers do you think United could conceivably look at signing this summer? Because the Jonathan David, of course, is available on a free. Not sure about him. Are there any others you mentioned? Let me know. Because it sounds like Gyokeres is game over.